If you've been given a hint, you've been thrown a lifeline. Very much buying a new car when it comes to diamonds. It's an interesting one that I am very good at sitting on the fence for because I don't have strong opinions either way. Hello, I'm Harry Hunt. I'm a bespoke jeweller based in London and I specialise in handmade bespoke engagement rings. Welcome to the channel. Today, buying an engagement ring 101. Everything you need to know. First place I always advise people to start at when it comes to buying an engagement ring is firstly, you've got to pick up on any hints your partner has given you. So the first thing I'm usually going to ask you when you come in here is, have you been given any hints? And the odds are you have. You may not have picked up on them, but I'm sure that, for the most part you have. Whether this is small Pinterest boards or anything you've picked up on along the way, it's always helpful to just get us on the same page. Essentially, with jewellery, there is sort of an endless amount of options, especially when it comes to bespoke. So the first early stages of working out what we're making is almost just ruling stuff out. So whether it's just basic sort of design elements, whether she wants 3 stones, whether what shape of stone she wants, whether she wants sort of something Art Deco inspired, modern, any sort of vague idea, help me get on the trail of what you're after, and we can then sort of expand from those points onwards. Another good one, if you are really going in clueless, there are ways to sort of pick up a few vibes. I mean, even weird stuff like, if you know what celebrity she's into, what music she likes, anything that you can do. I've had full PDFs sent down of people's partners, just like a breakdown of their personality. And from that, I can usually pull pretty good design instincts from that. Go for a little wander about around some jewellery shops, very casually. Obviously, you've got to sneak it in there casually. Just pick up on anything she points out in the shop window, anything that she's sort of drawn to, just sort of make mental notes. It's all going to be super helpful down the line, because if you've been given a hint, you've been thrown a lifeline. Probably also worth noting on that topic of whether you have hints or not, if you don't, that is not a problem. We just have to start from the very bottom, and what we can do is go through basically most sort of, design concepts and go through and figure out kind of what your preference is at the end of the day. So if you're without a hint, it's not the end of the world. As far as diamond or no diamond, that's a good place to start, whether you actually want a diamond as your center stone or whether you're looking for a colored gemstone, whether it be a sapphire, emerald, ruby. There are many other options of good choices for center stones for engagement rings, and again, that just comes down to personal taste more than anything. Lab grown or natural is probably the biggest conversation in jewellery over the past 5-10 years. It's an interesting one that I am very good at sitting on the fence for because I don't have strong opinions either way. I think labs work for some people, naturals work for some people. I don't think there is a yes or no answer. I think the things you have to look at is what you're buying it for. The main initial point that people bring up about labs versus natural is their value, how well they hold value, which is obviously a good, important topic, but I do sometimes think it's misconstrued that diamonds are an investment. Diamonds are not an investment, natural or lab. Very much buying a new car when it comes to diamonds. I mean, there is a world in which investment diamonds exist, but those are a very specific category of diamonds that's not going to be something in the commercial market. So naturals certainly hold their value better than lab growns. However, that is not to be confused with they are a good investment, because that is not true. When it comes to environmental and ethical reasons, people like to talk about how lab-grown diamonds are much more ethical, and they certainly are in a lot of ways. We're not having to dig a big hole in the ground in order to get them out. However, there is still an enormous amount of energy consumed while creating lab-grown diamonds. There is still an element of mining involved in lab-grown diamonds, which not a lot of people are aware of. You still need nickel and cobalt and other minerals in order to power and create these machines, as well as the fact that I do like to also shed light on the fact that diamond mining has come a long way. It is nowhere near as gruesome as it has been in the past. So I often find that there's a lot of local economies where these mines exist that are relying on these mines being open. They fund the local economy, and without these mines being open, small communities that live in these locations won't will no longer have a way to make a living. So there are definite pros and cons on both sides as far as the environmental and ethical discussion, and it's just about kind of weighing up those points. What's more, what's of value to you, and it is down to personal preference. Often a lot of the conversation around labs and naturals is what they're being used for as well. It's what do you want to get out of it is more than anything. As long as you kind of understand all the facts and information going in and you can make your own decision, I think that's the most important thing. Don't let anyone tell you which is the right or wrong answer, because there isn't one. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.